Good day, traders. This is Mdlalose. I'm all the way from Joburg in South Africa, and I'm actually trading in the comfort of my office in Johannesburg, CBD. Yep. So today I just want to walk you through my trades. I know sometimes when I post videos, people do not take them seriously. They just browse through and skip the video or whatever. But I just want to take you through my trades that I did recently. In fact, from Monday, yeah, and then actually show you why I took the trades that I took on GBP and my reasoning behind those particular trades. Maybe it might trigger something in your brain, and maybe it might help you somehow. As I always say, please subscribe to this channel, because there's a lot of quality free content coming on this channel, because I'm actually almost putting a video every single day, and that content is absolutely free and is very valuable. I know a lot of people, when they go through my channel, they just watch one video and leave. Kindly make sure that you check out my other videos so that you can understand even the trades that I'm going to be explaining now. I'm not charging a dime for this, so you've got nothing to lose if you really want to crack it into this trading thing. Doing this for about 9 years now. You know what, I've seen it all. I've seen technical analysis, I've seen news traders, I've seen people using this and that and that and that and that. But I am going to give you my own personal unbiased opinion on what you need to focus on when you're actually trading the markets. Unfortunately, there's no trades right now. Let me say, fortunately, there's no trades right now. That's why I've got this time to actually shoot this video. It's actually 10:32 in Johannesburg, South Africa, and it's the 20th of May. Yeah, so if you want to go back and reference on your chart, it is actually the 20th of May when this video was shot. So let's start with the Monday's trade, right? So I'll start with the Monday's trade so that you can understand my thinking process behind this particular trade. Okay, let me put in a vertical line quickly. So this is, you can clearly see where I put in a vertical line. This is where my entry was right here, and this is where my exit was right there. So that move was about I'll tell you now, around about 49 to 50 pips. And I know some people say, Sunny, but it kept on going. Why did you not hold the trade? I've got my daily targets, and but that particular time, you know what, I had made enough, because I don't just trade GBP dollar only. I trade whatever the markets give. So I also look at other pairs as well. You find that I might also only be posting GBP dollar trades, but then I've taken other trades as well. Maybe your euro dollar, your euro NZD, your euro CAD or whatever, KDN, NZD against the Japanese yen. So by the time it gets there, already you find that I'm already in other GBP pairs, because what I've realized lately, GBP dollar is actually very correlated with GBP CHF. So most of the time when I'm actually in GBP dollar, I'm also in GBP against the Swiss franc CHF. So you find that it might be 50 pips here, 60 pips there, and 30 pips there. You find that at the end of the day, I'm 150, 200 pips, and that's good enough with the amount of volume that I'm trading per day. It's actually good enough for my bank balance. Okay, right, enough of the stories and whatever. So let's focus first of all on what happened here in the morning. You can clearly see, if I can just focus on this area now, this is a tick volume indicator that is free online, and if you look at the description below, you will find a link where you can download this indicator for absolutely free. And this is the normal volume indicator for your MetaTrader 4. I don't know which broker you use, and personally I'm using IC Market, and if you want to open an account with IC Market, my link as well is actually below as well. You can open an account with my link so that I can get a little bit of commission from you. Honest? Yes, I can get commission from you when you open an account with my link. But you can clearly see why do I use such a good broker as well. It's very important for me to get clean tick volume from a very good broker that doesn't do funny stories on your account. You know what, I don't want a Mickey Mouse broker or a tuck shop broker, a broker that will mess around with your positions, a broker that will give you incorrect volumes and whatever, you know. So that's why I prefer this particular broker. I've been using it for roughly, I think this is my 3rd or 4th year, and I'm very, very happy with it, and I don't see myself changing to any broker anytime soon. Yeah, it might happen. So right at this stage here, if let me go to the strength meter first of all, this is the very same trade right here. Okay, there we go. This is the entry right here. And when you come and focus on the strength meter here, the strength meter as well, it's on the link below. You can always go download it for free. You can find it in some of my videos as well, where I talk about specifically the strength meter. So you can go there and watch my videos on how I teach on the strength meter. So at this stage here, GBP was actually the strongest for the day, right? GBP was the strongest for the day, and the weakest was Japanese yen. So I'm definitely sure that particular trade, I took GBP dollar and GBP yen. You can clearly see the dollar is the white line that is actually falling right here. Yes, dollar is the white line. It was also falling. So my preference was to mainly focus on GBP against the dollar, as well as you can clearly see there was NZD against Japanese yen as well. I don't know if I took that one or not, but you can clearly see this line is actually a New Zealand, and then this one is actually the Japanese yen. You can clearly see how it went up, and then the Japanese yen continued to fall. So GBP dollar, back on what is important, GBP dollar, I took it here, I exited there. But if you focus on the trade, mainly it's because of the volume that actually shot up at this particular zone right here. And even before this volume shot up here, already right here, there was a domination of buyers. There was a domination of buyers. So this represents buyers being dominant. So if it closes full green, it tells you that buyers are dominating. If it closes full red, it means on that particular candle, the sellers are dominating. So from there to there, already the buyers were dominating. The sellers came in, tried to push the market down, but the buyers took over again and dominated until this tiny seller came in, and it kept on going up. So the thinking process was very simple. Strength meter was agreeing GBP was actually the strongest currency. Yes, GBP was the strongest currency, and dollar was what, 1, 2, 3 was the 4th weakest, but it was the most important thing, it was going down. You can see this line was actually going down. Let me put in a trend line quickly so that you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see. Change the colors. Change the colors. Once I change the colors of my indicator, which I'm not going to do, but I think you get an idea. So the white was actually going down, and the crimson or the red was actually going up. As much as it started falling right here, it did not cross below the dollar. You can clearly see the white was the dollar. So it means that even this tiny move here, this tiny downtrend, didn't qualify for you to get out of the trade, because GBP was still dominating, was still far much stronger than the dollar until, I don't know where down there, whatever happened. But those are some of the tricks that I use whenever the strength meter does not cross. Stay in your trade. You know, I can exit based on the volume falling, but if strength meter still tells me, you know what, yeah, there is a pullback, but dollar is still stronger than GBP, or GBP is still stronger than the dollar, I might look to hold my trade a little bit further. And then the second trade, this was on Monday, and that was roughly about 50 pips that I made on that particular trade. And then there's this trade yesterday. This trade surprised me because it was so early in the morning, and I was just setting up my charts. Then boom, boom, I was like, whoa, what's happening? But you know what, I always follow my rules, so I jumped into this trade as fast as I can, and I took the trade roundabout here. You can clearly see, and I exited roundabout. Therefore, I collected roughly 30 pips on that one. Yes, I collected roughly 30 pips, and I have to say I was also in NZD against the Japanese yen. I was also on GBP against CHF. You can clearly see the correlation between CHF and the dollar lately. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why most of the time when GBP weakens against the dollar, you might want to check out CHF as well, because there is a little bit of correlation that is coming into the market on those particular two currencies. I don't know what happened, because as far as I know, CHF was correlated with the euro, but that correlation is completely lost now. I don't know how many percent is the correlation, but bam bam, this was the trade that I just took yesterday. Mainly, again, let's go back and look at the dollar and then look at the chart. Oh, this one was even a better one. If I can just do this, see the first bar, right? Buyers dominating, volume very high. Bam, next opening of that candle, I was all over this like a rush. Bam, and I took around about 30 pips as well, even though it moved around roughly 40. After 30 pips, I think that's when I exited the trade. And then where I took the trade, it went up a little bit and then started falling below my entry. And then later in the evening, it actually went up. I don't care what happened later. I'm talking about what I did here. But the concept is pretty simple again. Volume was very high and rising. If I can just do this from the beginning of that candle, volumes rising, volume rising. In fact, the lowest volume higher than that, volume higher than that, volume higher than that, volume higher than that, volume higher than that. Bam, volume lower. Something doesn't make sense now. Okay, because now when you look at this, right, the last volume was higher, the next one bar falls, and then this one tries to pick up the volume. That's why the market went back up, but you can clearly see the market started struggling here, and then finally the volume started falling, and then it wasn't worth it until later in the evening. Maybe you could have jumped on this trade. I don't know what the strength meter was doing, but this is the trade that I took. That was yesterday, and then this morning, this is the trade that I saw, and this one, I wish I would have held on a little bit longer, but it's trading. I took the trade here on this 15-minute bar, and I closed around about there for like only collected around about 9.7, roughly 10 pips on this trade, even though from where I took the trade it went down 21 pips. I'm not really bothered. It's okay. It's part of trading. There's something that I saw that didn't make sense. That's why I started exiting here. And also the volume when I exited started falling. You can clearly see volume falling. Try to push up here, but now the difference is the volume is pushing is higher than that one, but now we've got a buying signal, which is this one right here, which is very, very interesting. So we might have a buyer trying to take over the markets on GBP dollar as of right now. Now, quickly look at the strength meter for this morning. Okay. Look at the strength meter for this morning. Bam. Okay. Easy peasy. GBP falling. This one I like it. GBP also shooting down, and then you can clearly see dollar was very strong. And again, CHF, guys, I took the CHF trade for the sake of this video. I don't want to actually for this video to be way too long, but yeah, I was also in dollar CHF, and I was also in euro NZD. Euro is this pink one. You can clearly see euro NZD. I was also in NZD against the dollar, because dollar was also rising. So I took a couple of trades. I think this morning I've already banked about 50 pips. Yes, and it's 50 exciting pips. So I'm not saying I'm trading at $1,000 per pip, but imagine if you're trading at $1,000 per pip, how much is 50 pips? It's 50,000. If you're trading at $100 per pip, 50 pips is $5,000. I mean, it's really good money. A lot of people don't even work for that per month, so it's actually good for one trading session. So I'm still looking for more trades. Not that I've stopped trading for the day. I'm still looking for more trades. You can clearly see as I'm speaking to you right now in real time. This is your NZD trying to regain some strength. So maybe NZD dollar, something might be interesting. I missed this trade. How the hell did I miss this trade? Boom, 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 boom. Not really exciting. Not really exciting. Nothing to be excited about there. So I didn't miss anything there, even though it looks like it might be going up. But strength meter, simple guys, simple stuff. Strength meter at this particular stage here. Sometimes what I do is I go down to the 5-minute chart to actually see the strength meter even better. So at this stage here, GBP was clearly facing down, and dollar was actually strengthening together with CHF, together with euro, together with JPY. I was in all those trades. That's why I managed to squeeze out 50 pips. It was 10 pips there, another 20 pips there. It made up about 50 pips. But when I trade, I don't target 50 pips per se. If I target quite, at 100 to 150 pips per day, it's actually good enough for me. But if ever I see something that doesn't make sense, or the volume imbalance, when the volume is actually flipping or whatever is happening, I usually get out of the trade. So if you ask me, the volumes that you get from your broker already are good enough. Yes, this is also one of the secrets that I kept about trading. I know a lot of people are like, nah, son, there's no secrets in trading. Trust me, there's secrets in trading. And if you're watching this video, you are learning one of the most important secrets about trading, which is the volume, the tick volume, or your broker volume, if you're using a very good broker. So as I always say, share this video with your friends, share with your cousin, share with your mentor. They might learn a thing or two from Mdlalose. Goodbye, happy trading.